Hi, I'm Eric Petrus and welcome to this free training video. I'm going to talk today about the 3 most common traditional guitar repair trainings that do not work, and instead how you can get started learning without confusion with any budget and gain confidence and get excellent results your very first time out. So we're going to learn some truly awesome things in these videos. Just by watching the videos, you're going to completely understand how to turn your passion for working on guitars into a lucrative income stream in as little time as possible. Even if you've never worked with guitars before or been in business before, no matter your age, no matter your experience level, I'll show you how you can do it. I'm going to completely transform the way you think about working with guitars. You think that making money working with guitars is hard. I'm going to show you in these videos how easy it can be using techniques that I've personally developed that nobody else is teaching. If you think that learning guitar repair takes a long time, I'm going to show you my best tips and tricks to catapult you to seeing results very, very quickly. So if you think that learning guitar repair takes loads and loads of boring, tedious practice, I'm going to show you how you can get consistent results on your very first try. Now, I'm sure you're here to add more enjoyment to your life and not more stress to your life. So if you think that you're hopeless and that you weren't meant to learn guitar repair, that my method will not work for you, remember that Guitar Repair Business Starter has worked for countless other people. People all over United States and Canada with all kind of backgrounds use this course. Just like John Corner, from the comfort of his own home, John and his son got started with the course. They purchased it to do together. They both love guitars, and his son wanted to make a business out of it. He goes on to say the material is fantastic and broken down so everything is easy to understand. The videos let you follow along on your guitar as Eric teaches. I will say that the course is fantastic, but even more than that is the customer service. Eric actually answers emails and questions quickly and goes above and beyond what we expected. And my son just got his first paying setup job and he's really excited. You can't go wrong with this course, even if it's just to increase your knowledge. Just do it and you will see. John Corner. There's Dennis, who while working a full-time job started his business. Here's what Dennis had to say. I am the owner of my guitar repair business thanks to Eric's course. I had some knowledge about guitar repair and maintenance, but this course gave me the nudge I needed to take it to the next level of business ownership. He's got 25 5-star Google reviews last time I checked, and he contacts me all the time. There's Ken. Ken was a customer of mine. He came and used my services and thought, how cool would it be if I could do that too? So it came at a perfect time for him. His wife got into bad health. He had to become her caregiver. Too young to retire. He's doing this as a side gig, but it's more than that. It's therapy to him. He tells me he's been stressed out, depressed, and constantly in prayer, and cleaning and working on guitars gives him peace. Now he's taking it slow and gaining confidence. He's had a few customers and 2 of them have become repeat customers. Now hopefully you can be the next Guitar Repair Business Starter success story. But before we go any further, I want to make sure that you're a good candidate for these training videos and I'm not wasting your time. There are really 2 main types of people that will benefit from these training videos. Number 1, you have guitars and you're interested in doing simple repairs to make them play better. Maybe you want to learn how to do setups, stuff that you know that you should be doing yourself, the stuff that you pay a lot of money for at the shop that you go to. You may want to do pickup swaps, some fret dressings. You got a lot of different projects that you want to get into. You may or may not want to start collecting money, and that's completely okay. Many of my students do not open businesses. I have a separate course without business training. It's called Guitar Repair Essentials. I'll explain all of that later to you, and you'll be automatically signed up to receive discount notifications. So if you're interested in making money performing simple repairs on guitars, this is the fastest way to go from where you are now to collecting money. It doesn't matter your age, your background, the amount of time that you have. Even if you have no confidence right now, you can get started in this type of business for next to nothing. With 2 to 3 hours a week, you can start making money very, very quickly. There's no other training like this in existence. You can make your tools pay for themselves very, very quickly. Take Gary. He'd been playing for 2 years, an acoustic guitar at that. About a month after he started, he had started up his business. He had a customer come by with a set of Seymour Duncan pickups, called me. I gave him almost hands-on instructions. The customer gave him a 5-star review. Now here's what he said about his experience with the course. Had only been playing guitar for 2 years, and it's an acoustic guitar at that. I started off with basically 0 tools, just some I had around the house here and there. The course is fantastic and easy to follow. I started my business as soon as I was comfortable doing a basic setup. That was literally only a couple of weeks into the course. About a month into the course, I changed out a couple of old Seymour Duncan pickups. There were several times I got a little overwhelmed and called Eric, and he literally gave me almost hands-on personal attention. My customer gave me a 5-star rating on Google Business page. Eric and his course get a 5-star rating from me, and I certainly have told others about this course. Thank you, my brother. Now, who this is not for? Those who are looking to build guitars completely from scratch, like take a blank piece of wood and cut it with a CNC machine. We don't do that. Now, parts casters, sure, but not like complete making necks and stuff like that. People who want to buy $10,000 worth of tools, I probably can't recommend $10,000 worth of tools. Deep restorations where you're completely taking an acoustic guitar apart, we don't do that, and no neck resets. So if you want to learn those advanced lutherie techniques, this is probably not for you. This course is for people who want to learn the 6 most common guitar repair services. I don't teach anything that will damage any guitar. I don't want to get you into something that you truly don't have enough experience for. So if you were ready to get started performing simple services on guitars and collecting money, the stuff that the local shop does and makes a ton of money at, you got 3 options basically. Number 1, probably the most popular option, is an in-person luthier school. The problem there isn't there are not many in America. You might have to move out of state. At the very least, you would have to wait to attend one. So there's going to be like a spring semester, a fall semester, a summer semester. So you would have the idea, enroll, and then you'd have to wait to get started. There's going to be tuition, which is going to be $3,000 to $12,000. There's some community colleges out there that claim to make students work ready. Those are $20,000, and work ready means $12 to $18 an hour. The next problem is, which is not really a problem, it's very cool, but they all want to teach you how to make guitars from scratch, which is great. It's very expensive, it's very time consuming, and it's not really what regular customers want. Regular customers have bought like a Fender or a Gibson or an Epiphone, and they need it set up, or they need new pickups or something like that. Building your own guitars is awesome, but it's going to be a huge investment before you actually start making money, if you ever make money at all. Mostly just going to be a hobby to make awesome guitars for yourself and your friends. Another thing with the in-person luthier courses is they all spend a lot of time teaching custom-made bone nuts. Now that's awesome. The tools are $300 to $400 to get started with that, and guess what? This is the most important thing. Your customers are all going to do their own research, and they're all going to want a Tusk nut, which is made by a company called Graphtec, because they're better. And they come in every size you'll ever need. They take out all the time-consuming filing and all the expensive files out of the equation, and they make a nut replacement very, very simple and easy. Customers are doing their own research with that. They want to switch from bone nuts to Tusk nuts because they're better and they're non-stick. So a lot of the in-person luthier stuff is going to be too much theory and not enough practical hands-on training. What you really need is somebody to show you exactly how to do the stuff that you do every single day, so that you can go from where you are now to collecting money in a step-by-step approach. And finally, the tools for an in-person lutherie school can be stifling. They give you a STUMAC list. It's like $1,000 to $2,000. What bothers me is a lot of those tools, you're going to use them 1 time or 2 times, put them in a drawer, and you won't get them back out of the drawer for a while. So it's not stuff that you use all the time. It's like one-time use, really expensive stuff. The tools that you buy with Guitar Repair Business Starter, you're going to use all the time, and they're going to pay for themselves very quickly. You're going to be able to learn from the comfort of your own home with your phone, your iPad, or your desktop, so you don't have to go anywhere to learn. You can learn whenever you want, and you can come back to the material as often as needed. So I'll teach you in Guitar Repair Business Starter, I'll teach you what you do every day and then how to do it as efficiently as possible. No messing around with anything that you don't need. Now, I'll have to admit, there are a lot of good luthiers out there. There are a lot of really excellent YouTube videos out there. But you have to wonder about the validity of the trainings. I've seen some truly eye-opening stuff on YouTube, like some guy heating up some animal fat, using it on fretboards. No thank you. Another guy who says, hey, we're going to do a DIY fret dressing, which is level, crown, and polish of frets, and we're going to do it with homemade tools. No thank you. Like, fret dressings aren't hard, but they're not hard because you have to use professional tools and professional techniques. They become a nightmare when you go building your own tools and you go too far DIY. That's the thing with YouTube videos. They can go way too far into DIY where you won't get good results. You'll end up confused, possibly even damaging your own guitar, or they give you way too much theory and stuff that you don't know, and you got to trudge your way through a bunch of boring videos. The worst thing is that they don't have a solid goal in mind. So the video doesn't teach you step by step exactly how to perform a service. You'll end up having to skip around or search through different YouTube videos which were recorded at different times from different people and try to piece together the knowledge that you need to perform an entire service. That's what leads to confusion. Most often people don't even finish, and then you end up with a botched job, or you have to pay a professional like me to finish it up for you. YouTube creators are also good at selling their own tools or making videos which are actually an advertisement for tools. Could be tools that you don't really need. They don't offer support. They get 1 million, 2 million views. Their job is to get views. It's not to offer you support. So you're at home, you're alone, you're following a YouTube video with no support. It's pretty much a huge potential that you could be left hanging. What if you miss a part in a video and miss something really important and you take a misstep? And so you continue on with the service having missed one important part where you don't get good results. And I see that time and time again as well. So with Guitar Repair Business Starter, I take a different approach. I give you a framework which you can work around to make solid progress every single day in a very step-by-step way. I'm with you in the course as well as other students and other business owners, so you've always got support from people who are doing the same thing as you are. There's weekly live sessions, you get email support, and a private community of students. You can ask questions, you can have them cheering you on every step of the way. Now, the third and maybe most recommended and also most impractical way to go about getting your guitar repair training is to find a local shop and volunteer to work for money or doing a free internship. Now, there are infinite problems with that. Number one, you got to find one that's willing to take you on. Some shops are not going to be willing to take you on and teach you their secrets that they know you're going to end up going out and stealing their business with. So you also got to trust what they're teaching you. So you got to find a good shop with a good person to work with. The main concern is going to be whether or not they're a good teacher. I mean, you could spend days working with somebody and not learning a thing. What if you get with a quiet guy? You also have to worry about whether or not they like you and you like them. They're not going to share information with you if they don't want you there. You have to travel to get there, which is going to mean losing time with your loved ones. You may or may not be paid. For me, this has never been an option. I mean, there's just no way I can afford to hang around a shop, not getting paid, waiting on an opportunity that I might learn something. I can't afford to work at a shop for $12 or $15 an hour. there's also this phenomenon with the old and the new, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You're the new and you're excited to learn something new, but there's this old guy teaching you, and he does not have the same enthusiasm as you do. He may fill your brain with false information, limiting beliefs, things that could really be harmful to your confidence or to your future later on. Guitar Repair Business Starter is going to give you access to other business owners on the same journey as you. Instead of working for 12 to 15 bucks an hour, you'll be making $70 to $120 per hour in no time. Even in-person schools that have fancy certifications, they brag that they can make their students work ready, but work ready is $12 to $18 per hour working for somebody else. And that's after you've taken $13,000 in student loans. So you go for your first day of work and you make $100 on an 8-hour shift. With Guitar Repair Business Starter, you can set up 2 guitars in less than 2 hours and you're making $100 to $180. You're making the same amount of money in a few hours that they're making all day long. In-person schools are too expensive and too inconvenient. If you're one of the few that lives close to one, that's awesome, but I mean, how many people have $3,000 to $12,000 to pay for a lutherie school? You're going to learn stuff in person that you're probably not going to be able to learn anywhere else, sure. But there's also going to be very long intervals between classes and teacher interactions. So when you are in class, you'll be learning things, but you're also going to be learning things that the teachers want to teach you. Are they going to be the things that you're going to do every single day? You also have to worry that in-person classes aren't recorded, so you're basically just left with your memories. You don't have anything to go back on. So where are you going to go if you do want to learn simple repairs on guitars? Well, obviously I'm a little biased, but I say go with Guitar Repair Business Starter. It's completely revolutionary methodology of learning how to make money performing simple repairs on guitars. Now here's what you're going to get out of Guitar Repair Business Starter. You're going to learn the ins and outs of guitar repair services that you do all the time. You're not just going to learn arbitrary tasks. You're learning things that you can monetize very quickly. You're going to get an awesome foundation in guitar repair and business, and you're actually going to understand the things that I'm teaching you, not just copy exactly what somebody else is doing on YouTube. You're going to learn every step that leads to a clear, successful result. If you're looking to start making money, you'll learn exactly how to get your first customer. If you want to learn a setup, I'm going to show you a starting point and an ending point with every step in between. You'll find practice is actually fun and not boring. You'll be able to learn on your own time. You're not going to have to wait another week before your next in-person training. You're not going to have to worry about getting sick or missing a training. Whenever you want to learn, you can with this method. And you're going to be able to learn services that you want to learn, which is important. It's such a small time investment, especially when you compare it to the other methods. So this video is really just a primer to warm you up for the next videos in this series. I'm going to be sending your way very, very soon. If you downloaded the workbook and went through it, you've been able to start and finish professional general maintenance on your electric guitar. In the next training video, I'm going to show you how to finish off an electric guitar setup, which is, of course, the service that customers want 51% of the time. I'll see you in the next free training video, and we'll finish up the 5-star electric guitar setup.